Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to create part one of the Kepler star puzzle. So get yourself logged into Tinkercad and start up a new design. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the main shape of the puzzle. So that is rectangular. So I'm going to use the box shape. I'm going to drag the box into the work plane. And it's really important that I get the dimensions correct. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. The first thing that you can do is select one of the corners and you'll see that we can change the width and the length by typing them in. So I'm going to change the length to 100 millimeters and I'm going to change the width to 30 millimeters. And now we can see that those are correct. The other way that you can change dimensions is using this box here. So we can see the length, the width, and the height all on there. So I'm going to show you how to do it this way too. We still need to put the height of 10 millimeters in. So I'm going to select here and I'm going to put in 10. And there we have it. We've got the correct shape, all the correct dimensions. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that vertical slot in the middle. Okay, and because that's hollow and it punches through the shape, I'm going to be using the hole tool. So I'm going to drag in this box, and because it's got those stripy lines on it, it means it's actually already a hole, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to drag it in and I'm going to roughly put it in the middle. I'm not going to worry too much at the moment because we're going to come back to that. And you can see instead of being solid, it was already a hole because of the stripy lines. Okay, great. I'm going to put in the correct dimensions again. So the length for this time it is 30, the width is 10. The height in this instance doesn't matter too much as long as the height is higher than the first part because we want to make sure that it goes all the way through the object, okay? Because that hole is going to punch all the way through. Perfect. I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it from the top. And what you can see is it's not perfectly in the center. So we're going to use a really important tool that we're going to use quite a lot in Tinkercad to make sure that that hole is perfectly aligned to the center. And to do that, we're going to select both of the parts. And we're going to come up here to the Align tool. Okay, so we click Align. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to align it on its width by clicking the middle section, this one here. And we're also going to have to align it on its length here. So click the middle. And now what I can do is if I look again from the top, and I'm going to be really precise here, and I'm going to change the way I'm viewing it to orthographic. And what that means is I'm going to see it in 2D. So instead of seeing it in perspective, I'm going to see it in 2D. So it might look a little bit funny when we look at it on an angle, but it's going to mean that we can look and check and make sure it's perfectly in the center. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go back to my perspective view so it looks a little bit more like we'd see it in real life. I'm going to select both of those parts again. And the last step that we need to do is to group them together. So I'm going to use the group tool. And there you have it. We have our finished part one of our Kepler's puzzle. It's really important that you get into the habit of naming your parts correctly. So I am going to save this as Jessie's Kepler's Star Puzzle Part 1 and hit enter. And that's us. If this seemed a little bit advanced, I would encourage you to head back to the tutorials on Tinkercad and work through a few more of them before you attempt this. Good luck!